happy to be here today with you. And we're going to talk about some things that are confusing in English. When I learned Portuguese, there were things that I found confusing, and I was always grateful when someone explained the difference and how I could use my terms better. So we're going to talk about some of those things and maybe clear up some confusion that you might have. As Portuguese speakers, you're going to have similar difficulties because you have Portuguese as your base language. So these will be applicable for most people who are learning English as from Portuguese as a base language. One of the things that I hear most often is forgetting to add the S for the third person singular. So third person singular in the present tense, we always add S. For example, he sleeps, she works, the dog sleeps. And leaving off the S sounds sounds bad for us. So please remember that. So the dog sleeps a lot. We would not say he work for a big company. You have to say he works for a big company. And the girl dance after school on Wednesday. You have to say dances after school on Wednesday. So that third person present tense singular has an S added to the verb, whereas the rest of the possibilities for subjects does not. It's that third person. Also, a common one is trying to pronounce the GH in the middle of words. And they're just silent. You don't have to say them. Just eliminate them. So right is not rugged. I've heard people try to say it that way. It's just right. Night. Through. Fought. The boys fought. Bought. So the GH in the middle of a word is always silent. Don't try to pronounce the GH. It's just completely silent, and you can just forget about it. This is a common one. When do you say excuse me, and when do you say I'm sorry? If you've done something's already in the past, you would say you would say I'm sorry. If it's something you plan to do in the future, you say, excuse me. So, for example, you spilled your drink on someone, you're going to say, I'm sorry. But if you want to walk through a group of people, you would say, excuse me. So, past, I'm sorry. Future, excuse me. With say or tell for giving information. We use tell for giving information, and it's followed by who is receiving that information or the direct object. I told him. Who's getting the information? Him about the dog. She tells me when to come home. We use say for conversation and reported speech, but it's not followed by a noun. It's what you're saying. So she said it was too hot. He says there is not enough money. So what is he saying? There's not enough money, but I don't know who telling that to. Good and well, that's the same as in Portuguese. Good would be bom, well would be bem. So good is an adjective, well is an adverb. And let's do a little practice. So pause your video, write your answers down, then come back for the answers. Just a little bit of practice for you. All right, so she told me to get the car. Marco said, what did he say? It was cold outside. Marta sings, that's third person singular, sings well. How does she sing? Well. I had a good vacation. Modifying vacation. Excuse me, I need to leave. Something you're doing in the future. I'm so sorry I stepped on your foot. Past. Patricia likes or wants to go shopping. And the boy always cries or plays when his mother leaves. I mean, you could say anything. Anyway, I hope this is helpful, that you understand a little better of some of those confusing things. I'll see you next time.